everybody, it's Murph again. I'm here at Scaling New Heights, and Insightful Accountant is visiting with various vendors that are on the exhibit floor. And one of those vendors made an announcement from the main stage today, a presentation regarding their product and the release of autonomous AI agents, and that product is Digits. And with me is Jeff Seibert. Jeff, tell us a little about today's announcement.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Yeah, we've finally, after 7 years of development, launched Digits, which is the world's first autonomous general ledger. What I mean by that is it is a new GL, new small business accounting platform that has AI baked in, and we automate 90+% of all of the accounting tedium. And so you connect your banks, your cards, your payroll, et cetera, and our agents automatically do all your bookkeeping. Anything they don't know is just surfaced for you in an inbox for your review. They do all of the financial analysis, what the profession tends to call flux analysis or variance analysis. They do that for you, and they surface insights of what you should be paying attention to in the books. And they're able to draft and publish management reports as well, where the agents are writing the executive summary. You can, of course, add to it and give additional context. So we really try to make the core month-end close process as efficient as possible to remove all the tedium so that then accountants can really spend their time on the meaningful advisory work and supporting their clients.
Okay. And so you specifically addressed three areas that these AI agents, autonomous agents, are using AI in order for the processing of specific workflows. And one of those is doing the bookkeeping. Mm-hmm. And just how much really of the bookkeeping do these agents do?
Yes, so we have hard benchmark data. We've published a full white paper on digits.com that we auto-book 93.5% of transactions. And you can think of that as your banks and credit cards and payroll and Stripe and Ramp and so on and so on. We have all of these native integrations. We bring all that data together. And unlike pretty much anyone else, we are not sending your raw bank feed and your whole chart of accounts to ChatGPT, to OpenAI. These are all machine learning models, AI models that we run internally in the platform. We run 18 different models in production that are experts at all different parts of the bookkeeping process. And those work as a system, as an agent, basically, to do your bookkeeping for you. And so our goal is to keep pressing that. Right now, we automate 93.5%. We'll keep pushing that towards 95, towards 100 as you get into some of the more sophisticated bookkeeping activities, schedules, accruals, splits, etc.
Okay. And another one of the agents is devoted towards what I'll call the metrics and displaying that, like in dashboards and other informational sources. And can you give an example of how that data is applied for a specific accounting function? Let's say accounts receivable.
Yep. So the benefit to AI accounting is it's done constantly, 24/7. So you're not waiting till the end of the month to keep up with the books. That means we can show you real-time dashboards and real-time financial statements that reflect your current finances in the moment with the latest transactions from your banks and credit cards. And so, for example, APAR aging reports work great. They are automatically maintained and updated by the agents as you pay bills, as you send out invoices. All of that activity is auto-ledgered. And so you can pull up these live financial statements and you don't need to wait till the end of the month.
All right. And let's take that one step further. And in analyzing the AR data, are these agents going to automatically send out subsequent invoices, or are they going to dun the client or, have a bot voice call and say, hey, you need to pay this bill today?
This is a great feature request. So today they do not do that. However, we have gotten that ask, and it is on our roadmap, particularly to auto nudge late invoices. And so, yeah, send out reminders to the clients. We probably won't have them call them with a weird voice, but they can definitely send out email reminders and try to collect payment. But yes, the way to think about it is we are constantly training them to get better and better at these workflows. And so over time, they'll be able to take on even more of the process for you.
And will the end user be able to tweak these agents to say, well, I want it to do that, but not do this, or I want it to ask me before it does that?
So yes, there's a couple different ways. So we do build what's called context for each client. And the context you can think of as sort of learning the preferences of that client, that business. And that does alter how the AI agents work. You can also, if you edit some of their work, so for example, on the bookkeeping agent, let's say it booked something and you decided for your business you want it a different way. When you edit that transaction, the agent learns instantly. And so the next transaction that comes in, even if it's 10 minutes later, will be booked following your lead based on the edit you just did. So we're trying to make the human reinforcement loop as fast as possible. And so as you do something, the agent watches what you did and mimics that.
All right. And the last category you mentioned was management reporting and producing all these dynamic reports. And of course, depending on the nature of your business, the reports you have to produce vary by the kind of company or who you're reporting to,
Yep.
or how that individual or group of individuals want to see reports. Uh, Again, will the AI agent be able to accommodate all of those uh, differential specificities?
This is a perfect example of the power of our architecture. So Digits builds what's called a semantic knowledge graph of each business. So it's instead of just raw transaction strings, it's your vendors and customers and bills and invoices and bank accounts and so on, and they form this graph. And all the ties between them are transactions. What that means is every object in our system, your vendors, your customers, are full-blown like objects that you can treat as a thing. So when you want to pull up a management report and say there's a supplier you've been negotiating with, or you're really concerned about sales spend in this geo, that each of those are objects. And so you can add that to the report and it will do a full analysis for you, visualizing that financial activity in straight English, telling you what happened, what changed month over month, year over year. So the agents are quite flexible.
Great. And give us a little peek into the roadmap of where Digits is going.
Yes. So there's a couple key things that we're actively working on. So classes, department, location, project-based accounting, those are all under current development. They'll be out soon, later this year. We're also actively expanding our API support. So we've built a ton of integrations already to banks, cards, Bill, Stripe, Ramp, Gusto, et cetera, but we're going to open up our API so that anyone can build integrations into Digits. So those are a couple of the big things coming soon.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for being with me today and letting us know what's going on at Digits and um, the special news of the day. And again, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I would love everyone to check out digits.com. You can sign up for free, start a trial, and I'd love your feedback.
And folks, we will be flashing an overview that has all the contact information at the end of this video.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.